Good morning.
I don't even know her name. Hit her one time.
A lot has happened in the past, since we were here last time.
Literally since a week ago.
And I'm so glad to be here with you today, Pumpkin.
I'm so happy to be here myself with you, Shee the princess.
Okay, so what we getting ready to do?
First of all, we're going to thank everybody. Thank everybody for tuning in and listening. That selection was from Ty, Cool Ty. We're getting ready to hop into our topic this moment.
Oh, but wait. Right before we do that, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that tuned in. Thank you to everybody that watched that YouTube video.
Yep.
Thank you to everybody that was talking to Layla on the what is that thing called? Oh yeah, the Instagram and the
Instagram Live
and all of that stuff. Yes, I'm so excited. Thank you guys for participating and listen. Contact us. We all about the people. You know that. We all about the people. So make sure you contact us
at 202-299-6673. Again, that number is 202-299-6673. Call in now.
Okay. We are going to talk about dating in D.C. Now, when I actually said this, the funniest thing was, I was like, yes, we're going to talk about dating in D.C. And then after I sat in and I started doing a little research, I realized that a lot of things have changed. And some things kind of stayed the same.
Literally.
And then the second part is I literally cannot talk on this topic current day.
Me either.
Because I'm married.
That's literally how we need somebody to call in and tell us what's going on in 2020.
In the dating world.
In the dating world. What is it called? What are y'all doing? What is considered dating?
What is dating?
What do you get with dating? Okay?
Right. What does that mean? But in all seriousness, I really am a little bit concerned. What does it mean today? I'm not concerned, but I'm curious to know rather, because as I was thinking about this, and when I developed my definition of dating, I realized that I had never dated. I literally have never dated.
Right.
And so, since I've never dated, I'm like, well, what would it be like if I was going to try to date now? Today.
I don't think I can make it. I'm going to tell you. I don't think I can make it.
But tell me why, though.
I don't think I can make it because the standards... Well, first of all, what I see on the internet. Because where else do you really go to date? I don't know. I don't even know the first place to go to date, to go meet somebody. I don't particularly care to be in, strange settings where I don't know what's going on around me, who's around me. So, yeah, it's hard for me personally to be able to date because I'm an introvert.
Yeah, I think I totally agree. Right now, today, if I were to be single, but you would have to, one of the other, Elle would either have to be alive or he would have to be dead. My scenarios change depending on, those circumstances, right?
It's about to be out here dating,
Right. It's just really not going to happen. And then I'm going to tell you a funny thing about when I was doing the research on this, right? Okay. So the funny thing about it is, the way it is right now, I wouldn't necessarily be able to effectively date because I'm not emotionally available. Mm-hmm. And not only am I not emotionally available, I'm also very, very busy.
Right.
And so because I am very, very busy, it makes it really difficult. I kind of just have in my mind a set number of questions that I just need to ask in the beginning. Right. Let's get this out. If you be honest, then we can work through this. I just need to know these things right quick. And as long as you honest, we gonna be Gucci, right? So, but if I can't get that honesty, then I don't really kind of know where I go from there. So in my personal experiences, I've realized that I have met people and I've deemed them cool and they was just good people to hang out with.
Right.
But then the people that I have actually gotten into a relationship with, those people started out that way. Like, literally everybody that I've ever dated has always started out as a friend, for real. Like, and when I say dated, I use that term real loosely. Like, when I say dated, I really mean had sex with.
Right.
And then the relationships are totally different. And when you move from that friendship arena to that relationship arena, it makes things, a little bit different.
Right.
And so I enjoy being able to be married. So that I don't have to go through this. And I'm not knocking anybody that's single.
Go through whether you believe or their word is trustworthy, or the whole phase of going through the phones and searching through the internet. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole thing. Me and my husband. Shout out to my husband. I know you're probably listening at work. Shout out to A&T Towing. If you need your car towed, call A&T Towing. Anywho, my husband and I, thank God, we had this phase in the beginning, and we've been together, I think about 12 to 13 years now, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, wow. But anywho, in the beginning, of course, because we've been together since I was 17, and so... Of course, we had that phase of going through the phones and the text messages. But then, we separated a little bit, came back together because we had to work on ourselves. And then I kind of grew up, got some wisdom from Shee, the princess. Okay. And that's too much stress. It literally is too much stress to be going through the phones, going through the Instagram, keeping up with who can he be friends with a girl and all these different
But
things.
I just don't think that's really happening. Like, is it really happening? Look, listen. Elle was like, you live in a fantasy land. Like, why are you in the fantasy land so much? And I just be like, this is what he said, because I have this idea that if I'm not doing it and the people around me not doing it, then it's not taking place. And I'm just, because I'm not on the internet, so I wouldn't really know.
Well, see, that's another thing, too. We, as introverts by nature, kind of, sort of, we have a circle, and not everybody is privy to have a circle of people, whether it's family or friends, that you can trust wholeheartedly with the depths of your soul and be able to receive advice, valuable advice, or just have that person in your corner. Not everybody is fortunate enough to have that. And so, in our cases, thank God, that we have a circle and a bond, obviously, that,
it can't be broken.
And we do live in a fantasy land.
Oh my
That's the
God.
whole thing. We do
and
live
we
in a fantasy
have
land.
had it out, though.
We have
had it out, though.
We have.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what makes your loved ones your loved ones.
Literally. And that's what makes the bond stronger, because you're able to go through things, maybe take a break, or whatever it is that you have to do to resolve what it is that's going on, and then come back together and love one another like nothing ever happened. Okay? Talk it over and move forward. That's what you do with your loved ones.
Yeah.
That's what you do with your circle.
I believe that too. And it's interesting that you should say that, because that is generally how that works, and that's why it would be difficult for me to date. Like, literally.
Yeah, same here.
Because it takes me, like, we're just talking, prime example. Me and my dude, we have known each other, right, for a real long ass time. And I'm talking about 99, our babies, this is how deep we go. This is how deep we go. Both of our oldest, he got a girl, I got a boy. They both 21. They both a week apart, okay? And we met when they were both 2 years old. They 21 now.
Right.
We didn't get married until 2008. That from the time we met all the way into 2008 is how long it took me, and I wasn't focused on this.
Right.
I wasn't focused on getting married to him. I was just focused on him being my homeboy. We are good. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, because that's what I was focused on, I knew he was a good dude. And so when 2008 came and he said, like, come on, let's do this. And I was just like, oh, all right, we might as well. This is what I want. I want to get married too. And it just, worked out from there. And if I had just met him on the street, it wouldn't have worked out because it would have took so long. Yeah. We talking about our babies was born in 98. Ooh. Okay? If we met 2 years later, like that's 2000. Right. And it took me 8 years to believe and trust that this could be an okay situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is much different from just being able to walk out. So I think most of the time it is more so associated with what your expectations are.
Literally.
Because, and then again, if you can't have these conversations in the beginning, then it makes it very difficult to move forward in life, period.
And be able to trust that what the person is saying is true. Because I've been in situations where you're promised all these things in the future. And obviously, those things didn't work out because
the future's here.
Because I'm not with that person or those people, whoever, and whoever this applies to, you're not with that person anymore. So it's like, at that point in time, you were trusting of whatever they were telling you, and you were believing, and you were hoping, and like Elvis living in a fantasy land.
But what really happens when they actually did? They didn't intentionally lie to you. They really, honestly wanted what they said that they wanted. What happens in that case, though?
Well, if that was the case, then again, we would have worked out. We would have worked out. Like, I wouldn't have been with my husband for so long. If that was the case, then we would have worked out. Like, literally. But then I take that back because, even with my marriage, of course it was bumpy, kind of, sort of, because I wanted something right now, and then my husband was more so of, let's wait for the future, let's just make sure that everything's okay, and this, that, and the third. So, at first, after a while, of hearing that, I wasn't trusting of what he was saying, right, or whatever the case may be, and then, in return, that happened, like I told you guys earlier about the break, but I had to reevaluate myself again.
That's self-evaluation, baby.
I'm telling you, reevaluate myself. I had to take myself out the situation and being in his presence, and I had to think about what was more important, And also, you can't rush a man to marry you, even though you may feel ready. And at this point in time, I only had one child, Jayla. So I'm like, look, I ain't trying to be no baby mama. Like, that's my whole thing.
That was your thing right there.
I ain't trying to be no baby mama.
But what made you? Why were you like that though?
But see, again, that comes from I had kind of sort of had a strict upbringing, kind of sort of when it came down to that. My dad, mom, and sisters, they ain't playing. They like sticklers.
Okay.
You need to have the marriage, the ring, the marriage, then the kid, this, that, and the third. Then obviously, I didn't know I was pregnant until I was. Actually, I didn't know I was pregnant until I was like 3 months pregnant. Like 3 months pregnant.
Yeah,
so
I never had that problem.
I didn't know that, and so actually, my mom told me.
Of course, mommy would know.
She said, "Your nose getting big. You're pregnant." That's literally what she said to me, and I remember because I was on the way to. We was actually, me and Joelle was in the car together, and we were on the way to her job at St. Elizabeth Hospital, and she was telling me on the phone while I'm pulling up to her job, my nose is fat, and she knows that I'm pregnant. But anywho, So I had, you know, I already had
Shayla,
and I'm like, and I'm like, this is how it's supposed to go. Oh my gosh, my family's gonna look at me this way, this, that, and the third. But then I had to think about self-evaluation.
That thing is real, child.
Talk with my creator, okay?
Yes.
Okay, talk with my creator. Okay? Yes. And I had to realize that people gonna have their opinions. Mm-hmm. They're gonna have their opinions, but you don't have to live your life by those opinions. Mm-mm. You know, they are opinions are not standards. That's the difference.
Right.
That's what we gotta learn. They are opinions, not standards. You may have done it this route. I may have done it this route, but at the end of the day, we still met up at the same goal.
Right.
And that's the whole thing. So I got the child before the ring, but I'm still with my husband today, and I'm still married. But
I did that too, though.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I got that baby before that ring. But you know what? It wasn't a big deal to me. Like when he when he came. When he came, his dad didn't want me to go back to work. And I was like, yeah, no, that's not going to work out for me. Like, right. I got to go back to work. And he was just like, no, you don't, because you good. And I literally was financially good, right? I really was. But I just wasn't interested.
Right.
And so I went ahead and got him a little babysitter and everything like that. But I wasn't ever like, come on, dude, it's time. Like, you got to marry me.
Right.
Now, he did ask, and I did say yes.
Right.
And then I did some self-evaluation, but I didn't. I'm not going to lie. I did not reach out to my creator in that particular instance.
Right.
I did not reach out to my creator in that particular instance. I just used my experiences with him.
Right.
And how I was, which was a little wild, and he was older. He's 10 years older than me.
Right.
So knowing that, he is older and he's good, no worries, I got you. But I just didn't want to stay home, so I just went ahead and took my tail right on back to work. But he wasn't feeling that. And when that relationship ended, it wasn't a clean break.
Right.
Because obviously we got this little human together, So it wasn't but baby, I did not know how to communicate back then. I didn't. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I did some really awful things to that man, and I'm not gonna lie. It's not until recently that when I did, reach out to my creator a while ago, I actually called that man on the phone and apologized to him about all of the foolery that, I went through, that I took him through, all of the negative vibes and feelings that I projected onto him because of my issues that I didn't really understand at the time. But it does not erase the fact that I left him with negative feelings, negative things, or me knowing that negativity took place that I was a part of, that I directly affected him, So I just made sure I apologized because that's what I was in my heart, and I kept it on moving.
But see, and that's a good thing that you may not arrive on time, but as long as you get there, okay? Yeah, as long as you get there, that's what it's about. Making sure that you are able to look at yourself, reevaluate, and see your flaws, and be able to be woman enough or man enough or whatever you want to call yourself.
Oh yeah, because some people don't identify as either one. We still talking to you because we inclusive around this pot.
Okay. Anywho, so whatever you label yourself, being able to be that person and come back and say, hey, I was wrong. That means everything.
Yeah.
Literally. But we're going to take you to some music. We got Wale Clappers.
That's my thing.
Wanting and screaming and going off for the last week to play the song on the show. So we're going to make sure that we leave you with some music. Call in at 202-299-6673. Hello, and we're back. You're back, and we're back. My gosh.
My apologies I was actually reading something I had no business reading because I know that I don't know what I'm doing for real. Like this is all a hoax. Like I don't really know all that I'm supposed to be doing. Anyways, welcome back. And if you just tuned in, we talking about dating in DC. Yeah. And because I haven't done my job, which was remember the number to the studio, we're going to have Lena tell you what it is. So y'all can call in.
All right. 202-299-6673. 202-299-6673.
Okay. Now, and then do me another favor. Tell them good folk where they can find it because somebody said they can't find it online. Anyways.
You can find us at www.nlgradio.com and click on live. Live, streaming live. Radio, live radio. There we go. Live radio. There we go.
I'm glad I'm not the only one right now, child. Yes. See, she be on point with everything, but y'all heard that slip up just now. I gotta take it all every single time. I get something. I have to.
It's sucking those two fingers all in the ears and caught back up with me.
Okay, so we talking about dating in DC. What does it look like? What does it mean? What do we have to say? I want to hear. It's unfortunate for me because I don't know anything. Like I literally have no idea what it's like to date right now.
Okay, so I did a Google search of literally dating in DC.
Oh my God! Me too. Go ahead.
I came up with.
I swear to God.
I came up with this company called It's Just Lunch DC. Okay. And supposedly, you don't create a website because they don't treat you like a online ad or website or something like that. That was the name motto. But anywho, you I guess you fill out your criteria or what you like about you, all the things that you need to know about yourself. They match you with somebody else, and then you go out for lunch.
Sounds really scammy to me. Here's the thing: don't tell me you're not creating a profile. Because you just took all my data. So if you just took all my data, and you're going to match me, how you plan on doing that?
Like Zoo.
You ask questions. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Like
the
Zoo.
ZOO.
Yeah. Like
SK, right? Did I came up on that research, too, right?
Me, too. About the 6 bait.
No, let me tell you what I was mad about that I came through. Okay. I'm going to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I was real salty about this. I literally wrote it down. So, Amber Brooks on datingadvice.com.
Okay.
She wrote this little thing, right? And I was going through it and everything. And one of the things says elite singles. And it's for professionals, which is cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Real cool. But in Amber's interview, in her little essay or write-up or whatever you want to call it, she says you don't have to worry about finding no dead beats because everyone has a bachelor's or better. So I wrote down literally stuck on no deadbeats because everyone has a bachelor's. I'm sorry, ma'am, what? Excuse me? Are you kidding me right now? No, are you kidding me right now? Because maybe I just have no idea what a deadbeat is. Maybe there's a whole nother conversation that needs to take place. Because when I tell you I know some real live people in my life that don't have bachelor's degrees, and they are so not deadbeats
at all.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm a little bit confused by that term, but again, it could just be because I'm married. Right. I may look at it from a different perspective because I'm married.
Right.
So somebody that is single, that may be attractive to them, but in my mind, it's not. Because how you what?
I mean,
just because somebody has a bachelor's don't mean they not a deadbeat.
Literally. And literally, literally, that's what I was literally getting ready to say. Because I know a lot of people that have a degree in various courses, so various things, and don't have a job. Can't find a job in their career.
I do you want better.
Career field. So
I do you want better.
A deadbeat?
I know people that make 6-figure jobs that don't have degrees.
Yep.
And they good folk.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know good folk point blank, period. So I was a little bit offended because don't write stuff like that, lady. That's ridiculous. And feel free to let her know that I said, because I don't really, I'm not interested in arguing, because I'm not going to argue with anybody.
Of course.
I'm just saying, be a little more conscious next time.
Yeah, literally. Literally be conscious of what you say. That's what we need to be doing and practicing in 2020. Being conscious of what you say. Especially on the internet. Especially if you're in a position where people come and look at you and read your stuff, or you're an influencer, or you have some type of follow. Yeah, there you go. Right, like you gotta do better with your words. Okay?
Yes, exactly. I do agree with that. Now, the other part to that is I really couldn't conduct thorough research, right?
Right. And
here's the reason why. Don't blame it on me. Two things took place. One, I was gonna go to a site to see, how it works,
right,
and everything. Well, I wasn't interested in giving up my email address because they literally told me that they take the data. They literally told me in that little fine print. They say they collect the data. And they and they do it, and basically right. You good. You telling me you collecting it. I'm good. I do not have time for a whole bunch of emails coming through. You good.
I don't think that you on the dating website.
But and you know what's the funny thing? I ain't even thinking about L, because I be paranoid about all kinds of stuff.
Right.
And I'm not even thinking about him because we good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What I am thinking about is the Good Brown Girl Collective.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody decided to let's just do a background check. Let's sweep all her computers out. This probably may not happen, right? But in my mind, it is going to happen. It possibly happened. They going to go to my computer and they going to see all this stuff that they came through from dating sites, and people going to deem that I am not qualified to be with their children.
Right.
And I'm good. I'm absolutely good.
Yeah.
No, thank you. So I couldn't really do that. So then I said, well, I heard about this thing called speed dating. I just saw it.
Me too. I got that wrong.
Yes. Yes. So
I didn't know. I jokingly said that to Mom, I think. I said, Mom, let's go speed dating. Just as a joke.
What did she say?
She's like, don't nobody do speed dating.
Look.
Speed dating. And then I seen it on Google, and I was like,
You know what? Listen, real life, you know what? We should pick a set of numbers from each venue, from each platform, and when we get to that number, we gonna host an event. We gonna host our first speed dating event,
and we can do that.
We can do that because we can do whatever we want.
Literally,
we can do whatever we want.
Have the best.
It's gonna be the bomb.
I can't. And male and female.
Yes. Oh, but don't forget my LGBTQ people, because I love them.
And
I literally love them. So you can't leave them out.
Everybody. That's what I mean.
It's not going to work out for me. It's just not going to.
I mean for everybody.
That's what I meant. If you legal age.
Right.
Legal age. We're going to talk about that
together. We're going to get those details
so
together.
One of the other things, so I was like, so it's speed dating, right? Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I'm going to check it out. I'm getting ready to go see how it is. So before I did that, I'm like, so I was thinking about, going speed dating to see what it is so that I can, provide more data.
Right.
He shut that down. He was like, nah, you good. And I was like, but why? And he was like, nah, I don't have time for people to be getting frisky. I was like, what people got to do with me?
Right.
You know me, right?
Right.
He was like, I just don't know them. I don't have time. It seems like it's something I don't want to be a part of.
Right.
All right, then. So he don't want to be a part of that, right? So then he say, what you think? So then he sent me this little, this text or whatever, one of those meme type things. And it was about ChristianMingle.com, right?
Right.
So it was funny. I laughed. And then it made me think, well, is it safe to say that the people on ChristianMingle.com, they not having sex with each other?
Yeah,
I mean, it is ChristenFinger.com.
That one makes sense.
So who's going there to do that? Like, people that's what I'm trying to think.
Celibate people?
It's perplexing to me.
But
but if they exist and they've been successful, this online business has been successful.
I'm about to say,
so
that means they've been thriving. They still around.
It works. That's just like Match.com.
Right.
It has to work, right?
Right.
So are we saying that that's the way we meet people now?
But
like, are people meeting in the grocery store?
Like, Match.com got a 9.7 rating, but Zeus is 9.9. So I want to know what's going on there. Like,
I wish I could
what's the difference? Like,
I wanted to.
I've heard of
but
singles, silver singles.
That sounds like that's for me. That definitely sounds like that's for me.
Singles.
Like, that's for me.
So, like, maybe you gotta be a certain age.
Yeah, like, it done went, and he done rolled out, and he done went down there with that Puerto Rican mommy that he absolutely loves, you know what I'm saying? So, he done gone, he rolled out, and now I'm on silver singles. Is that what it's called? I'm gonna have to make sure at that point.
They got 9.8 rating?
At that point, nobody should be judging me at that point. So, it's okay if they sweep my computer and they see the silver singles joint. I'm okay with that. But not before then. That's just simply never gonna work out in my favor.
Right.
So, you remember when we were talking about, like, how if I were gonna date, right? Mm-hmm. I would have to ask, like, a whole bunch of immediate questions. Like, I just realized I've got to know these things. And because I'm so weird, those questions usually need to be in, like, 3s or 7s. Right? So, I need to ask, like, I literally need to ask 3 to 7 questions before I even give you my information to even know.
Right.
And those questions are invasive, and it's like, if you don't want to tell me, then I realize I can't probably go any further.
Right.
I want to role play it after the next song. I want you to be who. First of all, let's see this. First of all, you have to pick. Is L alive or is he gone? Because that changes the dynamics, okay?
It does.
That changes the dynamics as far as the sex that I need you to play and everything.
Right.
So,
okay.
Which one is it? You can let the people know. Play that song and then
we gonna play a song. I'm gonna think about it because it could play out either way with you.
Yes.
With you, it could play out either way. So let me think about my answer real carefully. We're going to get into some 007 Popular Loner Sona. Again, this is 007 Popular Loner Sona.
I'm chopping it up with y'all again next Tuesday. Until next time.
I'm Big Lena.
And I am Shee the Princess. Or maybe I'm Princess Shee.
We'll follow us on social media, Instagram, Shee DC.202. We're on Facebook at Shee DC202. And we're also on YouTube. You can actually see us in the show. We'll have that up on YouTube later on today, if not tomorrow. But thank you for tuning in. We appreciate all the listeners, everybody on live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, all the supporters. If you are looking to do an ad on the show, please contact us at Shee DC at gmail.com. Shee DC202. Shee DC202 at gmail.com.
Yes, and all you entrepreneurs out there, we want to hear from you because we have so many people that are inquiring about entrepreneurship. And so we would like for you to come through, talk about what you do, and talk about how you got there.
As well as local artists. We want to also give you a platform to be able to express your music or whatever it is that you have, your creativity, without having to worry about paying for it or worrying about how many followers you have. We are here to be able to support DMV artists, to help you, to have a platform to elevate yourself. Feel free to contact us on our Instagram.
Yeah, because we real live people, so we don't care about. Well, I will never care about the followers because I ain't got time for that. I will care about how many people I reach in real life, though.
Right. All right, we're gonna leave you with some cool time.